boys and girls, welcome to, I can't believe we made it, episode number 4 of the Dirtbag Dan Show. I'm here as always with our technical on-air. Yeah, Skylar G in this bitch.
Yeah, what up?
Rory Campbell, he's here with us in spirit. Itchy the Killer as well. And our guests this week, the Bay Area's own, the nose that knows, ladies and gentlemen, Caustic.
I'm still winning.
I am still winning. Let me just answer that question right now.
just in case you were wondering. So,
Love the show. Long time listener, first time caller.
we got fans, man. Shouts to the regular listeners of the Dirtbag Dan Show on episode 4. On episode 3, we actually had a little bit of technical difficulties because
I'm technical.
Yeah, I'm trying to give you guys as much video as possible. And before we go live, YouTube freaks out when you edit and upload like 50-minute videos. It does not like that shit. So I had to call in Roy Campbell to come fix the problem. And we got the video uploaded 3 days late. We got over like somewhere between 500 and 800 downloads of just the MP3 before the video was up, before we even advertised. So people who were like weekly listeners who were waiting for it just immediately downloaded it.
Hey, it's cool.
It is cool.
Hey, you know, it's cool.
It's cool. So shouts to everybody listening to the Dirtbag Dan Show.
Oh, yeah.
Before we get started, we're going to answer some big questions. Basically, we've been getting asked every week, and I've been answering it every week. But still, I'll say it again. We are going to go live. We are going to go live via Ustream. But in order to do that, we are actually going to be moving into a new location and doing this shit for real. We're upgrading from Wayne's World. Basically, Rob Lowe came through. And it's official. We're gonna start holding soda cans like this and shit. You know,
It's good to be on the pilot season.
Noah's Arcade, what's up?
It's Noah's Arcade. Noah's Arcade sees us basically. But we're gonna be moving on up, and we are gonna be going live. But before we do that, we're going to be taking a 1-week break. And when we come back from that 1-week break, before we go live, we're going to do one more pre-recorded episode. And that episode is going to be the World Domination 3 extravaganza. And we're going to get as many...
Man, fuck you.
Yeah, all right, whatever. We're going to get as many good people... people that are participating in the event as possible to call in. I'm going to try and get some overseas guests to come through. We'll see if we can get Organic on the phone and get his take on everything. But, yeah. We're going to take a week off. We're going to come back. We're going to do one more pre-recorded episode, which will be the World Domination 3 episode. And then the next time you see the Dirtbag Dan Show after this episode, we will be live. And you will be able to call in, and you'll have all the information about that if you know what's good. So, yeah. But we do have some very interesting shit to talk about in the world of battle rap. Before we do so, I want to touch bases with our guest. I want to talk about Mr. Caustic and his domination of the Grand Prix thus far.
Oh, no, what the fuck that shit is, right?
Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. Spoiler alert. You will hear some things about a battle that has not been released yet. However, I think a lot of people know about that battle. Yeah. So, Caustic, explain to us where you're at right now in the Grand Prix.
Right now.
Right this minute.
The king of the fucking dot, let's go. Grand Prix 2012. I am currently in the semifinals against Young Cheddar Cheese the God.
Wow.
I think that's his full name.
Cheddar Cheese the God, bro. Hey, respect the Cheddar. You think he's gonna badmouth you a little bit? I won't do it, bro. I know what it is. You can't talk about the God like that in the Bay Area. People come after you.
Well said.
Fair enough. So you got to buy the first round of the Grand Prix, right? Because you were like one of the seeded dudes, so you got to jump in basically after the first round.
Yeah, I didn't have to battle Aspire.
And your first...
Basically.
Oh, darn. I wonder how that would have fucking turned out. And your first...
I probably would have never made it to where I am now.
For those of you who think I'm smoking crack, I'm actually just putting some what we call earwax on top of this fine high-grade marijuana.
High-class crack.
This is California, and all of us are legal members of the cannabis community.
It's crack for lazy people.
Yeah. Pot crack.
Extremely lazy people.
Pot crack. So then your first battle in the Grand Prix was against Newell.
It was against Newell, who's a young dude from Calgary, Alberta.
He was a cool kid, man. I actually agreed randomly. Cats don't know. This is more battle rap inside shit. Lush calls me like a week before the battle, and he's like, "Hey, you know anyone who could pick this kid up from the airport in San Jose?" And I'm like, man, I like to be like an ambassador in my city, and I had no idea. I never met this kid before in my life, but I agreed to pick him up from the airport, take him, let him crash at my house, take him to the battle, and then drop him off at the airport when all was said and done. And he was the fucking nicest kid in the world. Super cool kid.
And I call it every hour. Like, what the fuck's he doing now?
Caustic.
What is he eating? Jack in the Box?
Yeah.
Fucking bullshit. Fucking bullshit, Jack in the Box.
Yeah, Caustic was trying to get in his head early, man. It was a fucked up situation.
Keep trying to put that so
Yeah,
close to my
come
face.
on, put it in your face, dude. Just for a
Jesus,
second.
Skyler. Buy me a fucking drink, Jesus. I'd seen Newell once before, and I definitely watched the Aspire battle a few times. I thought he was good in that. Although I must say, if somebody gets fucking shot outside during your third round, causing your round to stop, and you don't freestyle a fucking word about it, I gotta ask you what you're doing.
I don't know how that's
You
gonna
sh-
slip, man.
Yeah.
I love you, Newell. You're a
One
good dude. But you can't let that go. That's how those are moments that you capitalize on and become remembered forever.
Yeah. So you had kind of like your only reference for him before your battle was the Aspire battle?
Yeah, I had a general idea, and he was real big on rhythm and all that shit. So the only way you can really deal with people like that is to clown the shit out of them.
Yeah, boy.
And that's happens to be what I'm good at.
It was a good event. All together, that was the same event that Illusion Z and Tantrum battled at. There was some kind of random other battles that were cool. Joe Cutter versus Denter was a cool battle.
The fucking emergence of Casey Johnson.
Yeah,
the
Casey
Oh,
Johnson
yeah.
showed up for real and
Fucking-
and he introduced himself to me, and I was like, I have no idea who the fuck you are.
Horsecock.jpg and shit.
Fuck. But
What the fuck, Casey?
yeah, terrible. But it was a good event altogether. Especially, it was nice. It was like a throwback to like the old West Coast events. You know what I mean? It felt like it did back before we all got jaded and people started paying us to do this shit. The battle went down with Newell. It actually happened here in Cali, and it was a good fucking battle. And you came out victorious. I thought you kind of clearly won. I think he was. He was the one that had to deal with the situation in like as far as like traveling and adjusting, and you were in your own.
Well, I mean, it's not like
a
a fucking burden to bear that you have to go
Oh,
to
he was
California.
stoked. I think he was stoked on the whole
Yeah.
thing. Dude, I showed him a bag of weed that was like bigger than his torso, and he freaked out. He was like, "Oh my god, this is incredible!" So
He was definitely marijuana knowledgeable.
no, but he had fun. I know he had fun, but that also throws you out of your game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and he was. I think though, bar for bar, like he had a great performance, and I still think that you just had him beat. You know what I mean? Like.
Yeah, I definitely wanted to get at him on like the black and white shit. I didn't think that had been done.
The beige
Very well
bars,
said.
beige bars, homie. Wow, inappropriate beige bars. I thought they were great.
It worked
I know
out.
El Money liked them a lot.
Yeah, I'm definitely. I think I performed better against Daly.
So like Daly was more like a throwback to the Q Shinobi caustic.
Yeah, this whole shit is happenstance. You never like, no matter what any of these fools say, like you never know when you're gonna go out there and fucking absolutely kill it or fucking blow it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. I mean, I guess I'm less rangy in my performance, but I definitely like I thought I was gonna do great for Mad Child, and it didn't work out that way. And I thought I was gonna do terrible for who's one that I really thought No Can Do. I was like really nervous about that one, and that was one of my better ones. Whether people think I should have lost in 3 or not, like I felt good that whole battle and delivered. You know what I mean? And there's definitely like performances I look back on where I'm like, fuck, if I could do it like that every time, you know.
Yeah.
But you can't. You just can't.
Definitely. I definitely have. I'm like, man, like I've done this before. I know I can do this every fucking time if I put my mind.
And
to
it's
it.
weird because you psych yourself out sometimes into thinking that it's the opponent that's hard to write for, but it's just really where you are in your life and what your mindset is. Sometimes you feel good to write shit, and it all comes at once. Sometimes you struggle with fucking writing a battle for weeks.
I'm always last minute. I always write.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you're
At
more
the
of a
very
last minute dude.
like I write up to the fucking day of, and then I fucking cram it all in and do it.
I usually put shit together for months. Like if I can, the more time I have, the better. But then lately I've been more last minute. I think the Cyclone battle I didn't even finish writing until I was like memorizing it on the plane, and I killed that one. You know what I mean? It was just that was all situation.
I also
felt
feel like I don't like to write bars like months in advance because then I've either heard it so many times
and you
or,
start thinking your shit sucks,
yeah,
and you
you're
start
like,
running
dude,
it by
like,
your
I don't
friends.
even like want to say this anymore.
That's the worst, man.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so I kind of don't like writing with like a month in advance. Like, if I come up with the line like the week of, it's fresh in my mind, and I'm still delivering it like the first time I said it and shit. I don't know.
Yeah, it's definitely like you gotta.
Changes the dynamic a little bit.
Yeah, totally. And the more you have shit, the more you sit on shit, the worse. It's just like music. You have a fucking song that you haven't put out, and that's why I'm very adamant about like putting shit out fast, because I don't want to get bored of it. And usually when I make something and it's done, I'm like, fuck, let's get this out. It's good. I need everybody to hear that I can rap well. Like, put it out.
Remember.
Listen.
Remember.
Don't forget. Yeah, but so you smoked Newell, and then you had to go to Calgary. Spoiler alert time to go battle Daly. So talk to me about just your trip to Calgary in general.
We're going to tell the whole story.
We're telling enough of the story. You know what I mean?
Well,
like, I always leave that shit up to you.
I ran into problems at the border again. They saw me coming like a mile away. Like, apparently, like they instantly hit me up like, yo, you can't border hop. Like, well, no, it was a terminal hop. That's what they said. Like, if you try to get into the country in one city and it doesn't work there, and you go to another place, they're like, you can't fucking do that. They definitely treated me better in Vancouver, but well, I was being mad polite the whole time. And when they finally told me like, we're denying you again, I totally like flipped it on them and started like cussing at all of them.
Man, fuck you!
Like, fuck all y'all bust my balls every time I fucking come through here. This shit is retarded.
What happened? Like, what you just didn't get it?
I fucking just bitched about. He just stayed on the computer for hella days while I was just fucking sitting there fucking giving him shit about it. And he finally just goes. They take me in a room and take my picture for a file. And they're
So
like,
look,
right.
they know you're caustic at this point, and that you're there for a battle and shit.
They ask you every time like, what are you here to do?
Yeah,
You already know what you're here to do.
Yeah. So at that point, I mean, like, once you take,
They're gonna say that whether they know or not.
Once they take
to
you
make
into the
feel
fucking
like-
room, like,
You know what I'm
don't
saying?
lie about shit anymore. The
Yeah.
lying is done. Lie when you're standing up at the booth, but when they take you into the fucking room, it's time to tell the truth. You're not visiting your friends. You're
Yeah.
fucking there to battle.
And I don't think they really care about that. They just want you to fucking tell them or something.
Yeah. Well, so what happened?
Well, I still have previous charges from old bullshit that fucking hinders me from coming into Canada right now. So technically, dude had to deny me. But I guess something I said amongst fucking cussing them the fuck out changed his mind. Is like, you know what? You can just leave on Sunday if that's cool. And it ended up being a direct flight back.
So they were like, we're denying you.
I was like, got an upgrade.
We're denying you
Shit.
access into the country,
Yeah.
but you could stay until Sunday.
Yeah.
Wow.
He told me, he said, go
country.
kick this guy's ass and leave.
Nice. But,
Did you think?
okay, battle time. Fuck. Yeah. No, I think we need to pack this again.
I mean, I hate to spoil the story and shit, but I don't know. Daly's giving me shit all day. He's fucking throwing his little shots out at me.
You were saying when you guys were doing the fucking face off, he was saying
Oh, yeah.
weird
Oh, that
shit.
was funny.
This is weird. Explain this to me.
Yo,
'cause this is
we
weird.
do the standoff for the pictures and shit, and I'm like, after a while staring in fucking dude's face, I was like, yo, this is awkward. And he's like, awkward, like leaving your kid at a train station awkward.
What the
What?
fuck?
What
I
does he?
was
What do
like,
you even
what?
mean by that?
I'm sorry.
Wow.
Did you do that? I don't know. I didn't. Are you saying that to me? I don't know.
Wow. We
Just-
don't ride a lot of
And
trains.
I had to walk away
around
from
here.
it.
And he was just like he was just being weird.
I
as
mean,
fuck.
he's probably just taking his shots. I mean, we've all done it at some point.
Yeah, but that's like a weird way to take a shot. That was like
I
a
agree.
mad obscure shot to take, and like
Yeah.
I could say like I could think of a million things to say in that moment, and none of them would be like awkward, like leaving your child at a train station. Like that's
Awkward.
weird.
Awkward, like leaving your
caught me out. It
infant in
definitely-
a hot car. I mean, that's not awkward. That's scary.
That's everyday
And
life.
Awkward, like forgetting to give your dog its medicine and then it dies. Your puppy that you loved.
Awkward, like walking on somebody's new lawn.
Yeah, that's weird. That's
And
that's
then he
some-
fucking offered to buy me a hot dog. I don't even know what the fuck was going on. at that
really
time.
like real talk. He offered to buy you a hot dog. Wow. And then what happened in the fucking battle? Because this is like the subject of legend right now.
I don't know about legend.
No, people are talking about it, and it hasn't even fucking come out yet, and there's no pay-per-view for it. So
Well, I mean,
that to me is like a great.
It's just
moment.
something that hasn't happened in a while. Like I was there when you remember S Rock?
Oh, with the
When S Rock had to like go like have a coffee fit in the bathroom.
he literally choked. S Rock literally choked.
A scratchy throat.
Like his bars were fucking like Brillo trying to pass through his esophagus,
shit was crazy.
and he was like, and it literally choked. But what? So Daly pulled an S Rock?
Like he just he did his first 4 bars and he was like, can't do it, and just walked out.
What the fuck? He
We
has battles.
We all kind of stand there for a second, like, oh shit, like.
Whoa, that's way worse. That S Rock at least tried to lie and like say that it was like he was having some like choke attack or whatever, or possibly was having a choke attack. Either way, he never like it. Just completely was like, I can't do this, and then left. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
How did the battle? Whoa. So what happened? Where does this go?
I'm pissing people off.
Yeah.
Where does this go?
So my man goes to the bathroom for, I don't know, like 5 minutes. And Hollahan goes and gets my man from the bathroom. He comes back. He forfeits the round and then finishes the battle.
Wow.
I mean,
Whoa. So they let the battle go on after that?
Yeah.
No, I was kind of talking shit. I was like, it's automatic, right? I win.
Yeah.
I win
I
if
mean,
he does
like,
that, right?
You forfeit a round.
No,
How do you
I think
forfeit a round?
I think you forfeit the fucking battle at that point. If you say I can't do this and walk away, like anything you do after is just like to try and.
Hey, let me spin my bars.
It's just
Yeah,
like you're
no,
just
it's
trying
like-
to like to save some kind of face. You know what
I
I
was
mean?
like, I still want to rap anyways, like, no matter what happens.
You're definitely
like, let's
not
do
trying
this.
to win the battle at that point, though. And
No.
no longer are you like, okay, this is still, I still got this. No, you said,
Did he
I
like
can't do this
retreat
and
to the
walked away.
mountains to like find himself after this
wow,
battle or what?
the
No,
fuck,
he's
bro?
Like a life relevant
What do
change?
you think Hollowhand said to him?
Bro?
Something godlike.
Something godlike. The god got in his head pretty much and was like, my child.
He had to talk to God for a second.
Yeah, he had to talk to God. He
Ain't
had to
nothing
go
wrong
visit.
with that. You can talk to God.
He had to talk to the God though, for real though.
God.
The genius on drugs though, not our Heavenly Father or whatever.
No,
He was
yeah.
like he was keeping it local. Fuck. Wow.
No, he can't. He came back and did his shit like a fucking champ, though. So fuck.
Caustic, if you walked away from a battle and you went to the bathroom, I would not fucking go get you, dude. I would not go get
I wouldn't
you.
go get me.
You're
No,
my,
I'd leave
you're
you
my
there.
dude.
You
You're
never
my
fu-
dude, and I would be like, Psh, hey, this fool's a bitch. Hey, what are you doing? Get out of the bathroom. Like, no, I would definitely not
Yeah.
be like, hey, hold on, guys.
I'll go talk to him.
Nobody around here would accept it, like whatsoever. Like, not just Dirtbag, but like every single person that is
be
a
like,
part of the scene around here would be
"Oh,
like,
what
"Get the
the
fuck
fuck?"
out of here
Nobody's
with that
gonna
shit."
go into the bathroom and be like, "Hey, buddy.
And
Hey,
then
how you
Fredo goes to the
doing?"
bathroom and shit. It's like, comes back with you in his arms and shit. Sets you down back in the circle. What the fuck? Oh my god.
All right.
Okay, so he comes back.
He does his
How
bars.
was his second and third round? Like,
He had 2 good rounds. I mean, it's hard to like.
that doesn't matter.
It's
You just
hard-
like Steve, like
yeah, you're just catching up at that point. It's
that's like that's like you shit the bed and then you got a good night's sleep in it. But it's like, but you're still gonna have a terrible morning either way. You know what, dude?
What?
I can't do this. What have I got him left? And that was the last episode of the Dirtbag Dan show ever, bro. That was it. Episode 4.
He'd come back for 2 more shows.
He did it.
And
I'd come back.
And they'd be really good. But
I'd
that'd
come
be
back.
it.
So,
Then you'd retreat to the
who would go?
mountains
Joe
to
Rogan
find
would go
yourself.
get me.
2
Joe
more
Rogan would
good
go
shows.
get me in the bathroom, and then I'd come back for 2 more shows.
Hey, doing okay in here, buddy? How you
Oh
doing?
my god.
that shit was crazy. I was like amazed, like.
Yo, this whole like choke epidemic lately, man.
It seems like it's been a lot of that, huh?
Hey, you know what, man? It's more often now than there was back in the day. And I used to, and like, there was a moment that's kind of been the case for a minute since like the low Pesci era of choking, which was like, like a year ago when people were just like, like people
That's
were
one of my
choking
favorite
around that one.
moments in all of battling.
Cause in the year with a rat, you're dead by the 1973 Grand Marquis in green and black.
That's just so fucking weird, dude. That is the
I
weirdest.
totally forgot what I was talking about.
That is the weirdest button ever.
I wanted to wait until right then.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
Okay, so you're that being said, you move on to the Grand Prix finals.
To the semifinals.
Finals
for the
Semi.
West. This is the West.
finals
side
for the West,
finals.
semifinals. So you're basically 2 battles away from having the
From total domination.
total domination.
Total domination.
And that being said, how do you feel about Disaster Poe Rich and how that kind of that's what would be ahead of you? The winner of that battle is who you're ultimately going to face in.
Being that I win the Grand Prix, hopefully.
If you win,
Hold on 1 second.
I mean, like, I know, like, from
Nice job.
Thank you.
like MMA fighters for the most part will say, like, if you ask them about the title shot that they're 1 fight away from, you know what I mean? They're going to say, I'm focused on this fight. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not worried about that. But you have to be thinking in the back of your head, like,
I was always told
if
never
I
look
win,
past
I'm going to
somebody.
get a fucking, I'm going to be battling Disaster again.
Yeah.
That's what you have to think in your head right now.
Yeah, no, I definitely like. They did good with that trailer, man. Like when they fucking introduced Diz at the end, I was like, oh shit, that's fucking. That adds a whole new aspect to it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
mean,
know.
you've already battled him.
Yeah, it was a very fucking interesting battle too.
Yeah, and your battle with Diz is kind of hotly contested in that a lot of people say you won, a lot of people say he won. Diz is one of those kind of dudes that he's not gonna, unless he fucking really shits the bed. He's got fans that are gonna say he won
Yeah,
every
no,
battle. You know
definitely.
what I mean? And then
He can arguably win any battle.
yeah, exactly.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Like, if you don't completely stop rapping, you probably
Yeah,
win.
exactly. You know what I mean? Like, you know,
good.
if you don't give it away, essentially, then you could take it in the eyes of at least a certain amount of people. You know what I mean? A set amount of people. I have fans that harass like Thesaurus like all the time, and like
That's the homie.
yeah, and they don't even know. They're like, Pete's
What
my
are you
boy,
doing?
and they're like, they'll hit him up all day on Twitter, like, fucking, you know, you lost that battle against Dirtbag. Yeah, I'm like, dude, are you serious? Like, we hang out, bro. It's okay. It's not. We're
They're
not
such
still.
like passionate people.
Yeah,
Like,
and Diz probably has a more of those passionate people than the majority of battle rappers.
Yeah.
And that being said,
Arsenal.
that being said,
Arsenal has passionate fucking fans.
oh yeah, totally guaranteed. The Rebel don't know.
Arsenal
the Rebel ain't
wins
never lost.
every time.
The Rebels never lost. But you have, that being said, you have people who say you won that battle. You know what I mean? You
Yeah.
have like a good amount of
That
people.
was my only goal in the battle. Really, was to at least like make it debatable. You know what I mean?
So, if you,
I felt like I was coming into like a fucking trap. Like I felt like I was coming to LA with one fucking day to fucking write the best shit I can for fucking Diz and fucking make the rest up as I go. And
I think that format works well for you though, and I think Diz knows that works well for him, and that's why he
Yeah,
did that
that's
battle
like-
with you. He took that battle with you in the first place because he was like, this is how I kill dudes. Like,
yeah,
I
that's
can
like
get
Diz at his
someone-
most dangerous. That's
Yeah.
like where I'm at. Like that's where, you know.
But what he didn't know is that you operate on the same principles, even if you have months for fucking
Yeah.
battles.
Yeah,
You know,
that's
right
how it
until the
just
I'm gonna
last
stress
very.
myself out about it either way.
Anyways, like so.
It doesn't matter.
So that you went in, and it was a fucking ill battle.
Yeah.
And fuck, you have to think that if you
It might
get
happen
there,
again.
you could potentially be the king of the dot. If,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Like,
I
and
mean-
and we're like completely looking past Poe Rich, and I hate to be that dude, but
We're just talking about the hypothetical, like. Ultimate goal
I'll
of
come
all
out
this
I'll
shit.
come out and say I'm being realistic. I'm going with the odds. If we did a fucking poll, 90% would agree with what I'm saying right now. I don't know. Diz is one of those dudes too who just gets fucking shook in the moment. And I could see him being a lot more nervous about battling Rich than battling Cannabis.
Yeah.
Because if Cannabis was great and Diz lost, it wouldn't have been the end of the world for Diz. But if Rich is great and Diz is
Yeah.
not, and Rich wins, woo!
Yeah.
That's bad
There's
for
no
Diz.
like greater
Yeah.
situation when you have great shit and people don't think you're gonna say shit.
Oh, Rich has got the best. He's got the best
You know what I'm
situation
saying?
going into the battle with the ultimate underdog appeal,
Yeah.
and like where people want him to win. Like Rich, people want you to win.
Yeah.
Dude. They want you to. I want you to win. Fuck, I want you to win. Oh my god, I will be dancing if you win, bro. I will be there right beside you. I will buy you drinks. Yeah, bro. I'll break dance it out, bro. I'll do a slightly effeminate dance for you if you beat Disaster in this battle. That's how, you know what I mean? That's what I'm wagering on this situation. Like, I'll buy you a drink either way. How about that? Fuck it. I'll be there. But that's not gay, man. Come on. Give me a break. I'm talking into the bong. That's how you know.
You should hit that bong.
That's how you know we're halfway into the show. Parking on the grass.
Parking on the grass.
Skylar G
again.
has been notified.
Hey, it's cool.
To let me know every time I'm babysitting. So
You do a lot of babysitting for having no kids.
Before we get into the 5 battles of the week, we're gonna briefly talk about some national news.
Anybody want to fight some dogs?
Just a question. I'm just wondering.
Wow. Yeah. Young Calico made it on CNN.
Did you
Shouts.
Hey.
I hope we don't get indicted for that.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's fucking. Let's just talk about this for a minute.
Here,
I don't want
first,
to be the first guy
you
to
need
say
to hit
anything.
that.
Skylar G, tell me your opinion about Young Calico's video where he explains and shows off his dog and cockfighting operation.
Yeah.
Before we do this, can I just say, why does everyone keep calling it a cockfighting operation?
Because he had
Every time, it's never a rooster.
well,
Yeah, no, but
because it's called cockfighting,
God
right?
damn it.
I've never heard
Yeah, I've
rooster
never-
fighting.
Hey, you want to do rooster? Go fight some roosters.
Let's go rooster fighting.
Maybe.
Who rooster fights, bro?
I ain't trying to
I've been to the
cockfight.
Philippines, homie. It's cockfighting. Tijuana, cockfighting.
I don't want to know the stories behind those
No
stories.
cockfighting.
No.
It was roosters.
All right. Okay. Just had to check. Anyways,
People be
no.
really
I
throwing
mean,
fucking money on shit.
I kind of feel like if because did you hear about how he went on and like kind of tried to say that his follow-up statement was, oh, that's, you know, it's just my persona, and you know, like that's not, I don't actually live there, that's not my house, you know, like that's my boy,
Well, yeah,
you know,
that's what
and
you're gonna
he's
say.
an animal lover.
I haven't seen the video. I don't
He's an
really
animal
know much
lover.
about it at all.
Well, look, that's
Anybody want to fight some dogs?
I mean, come
I'm
on,
sure that sums it up, right?
you know.
that's a pretty good look. That's a pretty good defense for a rapper, and I hope that says something to y'all about your favorite fucking URL rappers.
I hope we don't get indicted for that.
Yeah.
That they're gonna come out and publicly make a statement to CNN saying this is all an act. I was lying. Now
Yeah, wow. I didn't even really like view it like that.
look, that's what they're trying to do.
Whether or not
But
that's
the
true,
truth of the matter is, you're showing off.
Yo.
Those are fucking fighting dogs.
They're
homie.
fighting dogs.
and those are fucking fighting roosters.
and you know, like he goes through, he's like, oh, here's these champions right here, and here's champions in the making, or something like that. He's got like, he has other like puppies and stuff that are like held in other, you know, kennels.
It don't look good.
Nah, and then that
It
one,
don't look good.
the train, the change dog on the fence, how it's like that whole area is just like dirt from it running back and
Dude,
forth.
and then he goes, tell me if you see a video of me fighting some dogs. And my response to that is, that's like saying that's like I lay a bunch of fucking just coke on the fucking table and fucking guns and shit.
Yeah.
And then when the cops come and fucking arrest me later, I go, tell me you seen a video of me shooting people and selling drugs.
yeah.
Tell me you seen this video. I don't think so. You just seen the video where I was in possession of drugs and automatic weapons.
Yeah, those weren't even drugs, and those guns were legal. My friend is a part of the NRA.
He's
a member of the
gun
NRA.
enthusiast. He's a gun enthusiast. Come on.
I'm gonna train the dog from Duck Hunt to fight,
There you go.
and it will be glorious.
Yo,
So, yeah. I
yeah.
mean, you kind of back yourself in a corner when you release that video, thinking that, I mean, like, what was and ultimately what was the goal of that video?
fuck, I don't know. I think it was just on some show off shit. And then and in the end,
We act like this has not happened before.
No,
Like,
I know.
I've
but,
never
you know.
seen anyone show off their like
well, not like that, but
see, that's the thing about animal abuse. Like, you could put your fucking guns on blast and your drugs on blast, and people are like will get behind it. You know what I mean? No one's gonna call. People are gonna be less likely to call and report you. Whereas like animal abuse, people fucking get pissed about that.
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, like. I'm not a fan of fighting fucking dogs, bro. I think it's kind of fucking. I think it's kind of the sport of pussies.
What about cockfighting?
I'm not a fan of fucking fighting roosters either. I've seen it happen, bro. In my face before.
You hear how you said that right
Changing the
there?
world.
Yeah, we don't need to
One at
say
a time.
rooster fighting.
No, look, I will never say rooster fighting. I will say fighting roosters.
Because you wouldn't say fighting cocks.
No, I won't say fighting cocks, but I'll say
I
cock
understand.
fighting.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? You get what
Makes
I'm
sense.
saying?
No, I guess.
think
Yeah,
I
all right.
It's a context thing.
Okay.
But I don't think it's any less barbaric. Well, I guess I do in the sense that I have a lot less respect for the average rooster than I do for a dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I don't know, man. Like,
That's respect for the rooster.
I know.
We eat them
You're
shits,
selective
bro.
about like what animals can be abused. Like, if it was a lizard, you could light it on fire. Fuck it.
Cut its tail off. Kick
Yeah.
it somewhere.
I just say I'd be more. I would say I think both are wrong. I don't advocate any kind of fighting of any kind of animals. I think fight people. Why not? There's plenty of that fucking going on in the world anyways, and it takes a lot more fucking nuts than abusing animals and then putting them in the fucking
So
ring
you'd be
against each
cool
other.
with people raised in backyards and kennels
No.
to fight
No.
with razor blades on their legs?
No, you're abusing.
I would love to see that.
You're manipulating my
Yeah.
words.
That would be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay,
What?
this is just terrible, bro. This is terrible. This
Anybody want to fight
conversation.
some dogs? I we don't get indicted.
You're
for
going
that.
to.
I think so.
Unfortunately,
I-
unfortunately, the video with CNN shows fucking the ASPCA and the sheriff's fucking department in the Michigan or
pulled
fucking
us-
whatever, the police, escorting fucking animals out of his property and shit. So
So
It's his property?
he lives there. I
so
think.
did he pull like a YouTube Scott Peterson, basically, like just put himself out there on blast and then
Pretty much.
yeah.
I don't. Not way more intensely.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
way
no,
more. He
on, like-
advertised the worst kind of criminal activity. The kind of criminal activity that basically is.
That's like, hey, we have an illegal gambling
abusing,
ring and
fucking-
animal abuse.
Yeah, like small creatures basically.
And he talks about how he's like, oh, anything to make some money, you know, like it's how anything to hustle or whatever he says. Like, all right, so you're doing it here.
Well, either way, man,
Wonderful.
like
Damn.
they're gonna find.
Why are you telling yourself like that?
Yeah.
On that note, I hope that the Summer Madness battle with Lux happens. I hope that
Yeah.
Calico doesn't end up doing any time for this whole situation. But I highly doubt that whatever. At the end of the day, motherfuckers is getting fined. That shit's gonna happen, bro. Like
shit.
that's how that shit works, dude. Like
Yeah.
that. I watch my fair share of fucking Animal Cops on Animal Planet on some good smoke.
I've seen a ton of
And
that shit.
A lot of those dudes don't go to straight jail, but every single one of them gets fucking. The animals
Like
get
$250,000
the
fines
animals
or
get
what?
put down, and they get fined hard.
Huge fines, huh?
Huge fines, big fines.
Crazy.
So it's shit's gonna cost at the end of the day, no matter what. But ultimately, there are fucking people out there, animal lovers out there, who don't feel like that cost is nearly high enough for.
Anybody
Fucking,
want to fight some dogs?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
But it is what it is. And with that being said, we are going to quickly move on
There's that dust. I'll pack another
to
one.
the 5 battles of the week. As we pack some more.
5 battles.
Look, Skylar
Oh, man.
Skylar and fucking Caustic were watching these battles, and they were hella being assholes about almost every single one of them. So we're gonna start with a battle that's less asshole-ish of all of them. We're gonna talk about Bender versus Sid Vicious, another classic brought to us from that amazing event known as Vendetta.
Amazing.
Talk to me about Bender. Talk to me about Bender versus Sid. What do you think?
I was actually there.
Yeah?
I judged that one.
You did judge
you
that
were.
I
motherfucker.
did judge that one. So, what do you want me to do it again? What the fuck?
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
it's
Go
fine.
ahead, break it down one more time.
Actually, before I talk about Bender versus Sid, I like to talk about the judging segment of that, which featured this kid. Not a kid. He's obviously been around for a while, but my man must have talked for 15 minutes, maybe
Whoa.
judging.
Yeah, I
And,
noticed
like-
because I didn't watch the whole video. I noticed there was hella shit on the end, and I knew there wasn't another round. So I
Yeah,
was
and like my man just like took over the show and like started, like Bender came in, he interviewed Bender. Cannabis came in during the judging segment. He like recognized him and like Cannabis told a story about him and then walked in the back and it was a fucking weird moment.
wow, homie just had his 15 right there. He was like,
That
"This
was
is
his
this is my
moment.
time."
Bender versus.
Yeah, there's a
Sid
reason they
Vicious.
made me judge this.
Oh yeah. Now the camera's on and it's time to do it. So Bender had arguably the best performance of Vendetta. Period.
Yeah.
Period, point blank. And it did not fucking help that Sid choked, especially since the one round that Sid got out, his second round, was really fucking good.
Yeah, he had a very good second round.
You know what was fucked up though is he had a really good second round. Bender's second round was probably the best round of the whole battle, and it was like so that just showed like even if Sid showed up and had 3 rounds of great material and didn't stutter once,
It would have been
Bender would have
an
just
uphill battle.
edged him. Yeah, he
Yeah.
would have just edged him because he was doing that much better. But damn, it would have been much more of a watchable battle. We all
Yeah.
would have been a lot happier with the fucking outcome of the whole situation.
Yeah.
you
Yeah,
know what I mean?
definitely.
I told Bender, I was like, I think I called you pear-shaped on Facebook, and he was like, pears are good.
Yeah.
That was his response. so shouts to Bender for that.
Oh shit.
So yeah, Bender versus Sid. Bender takes it easy.
Yeah, I mean, there's not too much to say. It ain't already been said about Bender. You know what I'm saying? But it definitely seems like he's finding his way. Like he's getting in his niche and really fucking making it his own, and people are fucking with what he's doing.
Yeah, he's really good, man, and I think he's
trying shit, and I like it.
yeah, that's the best thing to watch for a fan of battle rap when you get to watch a battle rapper actually step outside of their usual kind
somebody who's already good and is, experimenting.
of. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Bender wins
Good shit.
pretty easy, hands down. So next battle, you guys had fucking nothing but terrible things to say about this battle. I on the other hand wasn't super bummed on it. URL Cash Eaton versus Danger Zone.
Danger Zone.
Calico was in the back of that battle.
Was he?
Anybody want to fight some dog?
He was chilling.
Was he asking
He
people
He
about
was
it?
chilling. He wasn't asking anybody.
Was he taking bets?
He wasn't taking bets, I don't think. That would be funny if like we'd look back and we watch that battle and he's like turning around like with a piece of paper out like
He's got like money in between
Yeah,
each
money
one of his
in between
hands and
his
shit.
knuckles and shit. Oh shit. Okay, so Cash Eaton versus Danger Zone. I think
Danger Zone was the first dude, right?
yeah, he was kind of the huskier dude, and
Yeah,
then
okay.
Cash Eaton was the dude with the jean hat on. That
Hey,
was
how come his hat was like so pulled, the tightest you could ever wear, like any
it would
kind
be
of
like if I was wearing a snapback and I had it like on like that last snap period.
I
and
think
it still
I
fit
think
on my
his head is
It's like-
pear shaped.
Pulled all the way tight, looked like Quail Man and shit.
It looked like Quail
That's
Man.
fucked up.
Dude,
When did that come back?
Where did he get a jean hat, like a denim hat? Anyways, I want a
okay.
denim hat
Style.
with an
So,
extra long pull cord.
It's like what a toddler wears.
I thought Danger Zone kind of decisively won the battle. Cash Eaton just was like, he had a lot of men. He had fucking stop doing the, I'm going to fucking put blank on your chest, fucking number,
Yeah, no, he
basketball
did-
jersey,
he did
fucking
hella-
lines.
he did hella
Stop
sports
fucking
shit.
doing those, dude. Like, no, and it's cool. Like, I love good sports lines. Actually, Danger Zone had a good scheme with the whole Florida thing where he was going through all the fucking teams.
Yeah.
And he does tend to stretch his fucking schemes a little bit. But the other dude, Cash Eaton, was just on some like those lines, like where he just, instead of like, he just picked a different basketball player than you heard and used the number 3 instead of the number 9. You know what I mean? Where it's
Yeah.
just like, man, I'm tired of hearing fucking number on your chest, fucking gun reference, put it there bars.
Yeah.
Like, get the fuck out of here, man. Like, it's been done. So that being said, I thought that Danger Zone kind of had the battle the whole way through, but that dude does stretch some fucking schemes like
Yeah.
a motherfucker.
Oh,
bro.
I
man.
mean, when he finally connected though, he connected good. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah,
That's in
he did.
Chicago. Chicago's a tough crowd. People don't know that.
Yeah, no,
But
yeah, and people
Chicago, like you gotta earn your respect.
fuck, man, I seen those the Big T and Charlie Clips battle and the X Factor and Averb. It definitely doesn't seem like it's an easy crowd to rap in
Yeah.
front of for sure. They would definitely. You know what's funny is I say anything about these battles and look at the one URL battle that I have out. Fucking more dislikes than fucking likes. You know what I'm saying? Like, where do I get off saying shit to any of these dudes about
You
their
inadvertently
fucking
had the worst
worst URL battle ever.
Ever.
Isn't that crazy though?
You know what you need to do?
Anybody want to fight some dogs?
Do you think that that's the worst URL battle ever for real though?
No.
It can't be.
I think I saw some shit with like Fox in a hotel room, and it was all fucked up.
All right.
That being said, I thought Danger Zone won that battle.
I think it's safe to say.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Next battle. We're gonna talk about on some don't flop shit.
Oh, man.
My man Flex Digits, aka Punch Definition in the face. Shouts to Definition. I'm battling him at World Domination 3, and I probably won't say anything about Flex Digits punching him in his face because I've said I think I was the first person to ever say a Flex Digits punched you in the face bar because I was the first
you fucking
person
battled them way back.
and I was the first person to battle him like after that had happened.
Yeah.
So I kind of even made that shit popular. I won't go back to those things, but
Leave them where they lay.
I tried one and I choked.
but still shouts to shouts to Flex Digit. I'm drinking.
people up.
Yeah, I'm drinking too. But shouts to Flex Digits for punching people in the face. Period. That's always respectable.
Awesome.
And Mr. Fat Teen.
Mr. Fat Teen.
Mr. Fat Teen.
Fat Teen?
Fat Teen.
Fat.
Mr. 13.
There's 2 F's in that.
13. Not Mr. Fat Teen.
Fat Teen.
You hear me, Kruger? It's not Mr. 13. It's not 360. It's 360. You invented this language.
Use
so,
it.
Mr. 13 versus Flex Digits.
Yeah.
Flex Digits says the weirdest thing in this
Your
battle.
girl's fanny looks like a knife wound in a gorilla's back.
That one right there.
What the fuck? That's the
I like
most-
that.
We had to pause the shit immediately.
Yeah, we had to stop after that.
And make
and-
sure he said what he said.
What did he say?
Your girl's fanny looks like a knife wound in a gorilla's back.
Really? That's weird as
That's a horrible description.
Okay,
Or,
so
you know,
watching this battle, I thought Mr. Fat was winning the whole fucking thing.
I thought, I thought at least the first round.
I think the first round Flex won.
Yeah.
But then I generally liked Mr. 13 more, and I thought that he won the second and third round.
Yeah, no, I say Flex took the first round, and I thought Mr.
And I guess the third round
Mr.
was close enough to
13.
go either way, I suppose. It was a good
Yeah.
battle.
It was
fucking
definitely a
shouts
good
to
battle.
both those
But
dudes.
it was unanimous for
Your girl's fanny looks like a knife wound in a gorilla's back.
that guy.
Yeah. We missed this one last week, and I wanted to talk about it. Johnny Storm versus Val Kilmer. And the reason I wanted to talk about it, the voice box battle, I want to talk about it because it was Johnny Storm's first battle back after losing to Lavos.
Yeah.
So I knew that he was going to be on a tear, and sure as shit, he fucking just annihilates this kid.
So
It's like a little.
did you guys notice that both of these 2 last battles, they're both filmed in the tiniest rooms ever?
you know what? I
The
think
ceilings,
that the voice box one was shot in a.
basement,
The voice box one was shot in a
crawl space.
no, it was shot with a wide angle lens, so it made everything seem all fucking cramped.
Nah,
in.
No,
like you
the
can see
ceiling.
Johnny Storm's head almost touches the fucking ceiling.
No, yeah,
like,
and they're
mad
standing on a
times.
stage that's in a one-story play that's in a regular
Yeah, it's like
size
it's
room.
like a rise.
So think
Yeah.
about it. If we threw a stage in this room, how much room would you have to? How high could the stage be if you could stand up?
Yeah.
This is a regular
Yeah.
size room, but if you threw a fucking 3-foot stage, our heads are touching the fucking ceiling.
It's
You know what I
crazy.
mean? The Don't Flop one is actually a big room. It's just the space they're shooting the battle in is tight, and everyone's down on. It's a stage battle, so everyone's down on the floor.
There was a lot of fucking people.
Yeah,
there.
there's a lot of
Yeah,
people
it
at those
looked
ones.
packed.
That shit is
so
popular as
popular,
fuck
huh?
right
Urs
now. Yeah,
like the
dude.
most popular kid,
Well,
huh?
I'm on the news.
So on the news from time to time.
Time to time.
I was on the news today.
Val Kilmer had a good round. I
Here's
don't
the
remember which
second
one.
Yeah, he had a couple good bars.
Yeah, he had a
But Johnny was just
he had
on
a
some
few good moments.
Johnny was like, "Hey, you remember how I'm the guy who's good here and you're not?" And then that's how it went.
What was it? The fucking gauges.
Oh yeah, he says your
gauges.
gauges are
They're
a target for gauges. Bang.
It's like
That really tickles that 13-year-old like
That should
the
have been thought of
adolescent
in, like-
child in me is thinks that's hilarious.
that
I'm
should have been
giggling at
thought
that.
of in like
Hey,
2007.
poop. You said poop. That's like that, dude. But I love it, man.
I don't know what the fuck that shit is. Right?
Yeah, I do.
Hey, that's how you like it, right?
That was hilarious, and I just thought that I knew he was going to come back on a tear. I'm bummed he didn't get to battle Cadillac Ron the next day because I think he would have fucking also been
Yeah, I don't know
prepared
what
for
the
that.
fuck happened with that.
No.
Caddy had a flu, bro.
Caddy was ready when I talked to him.
He said he had the flu. He said he had the flu.
That sucks.
We're not going to speculate anymore.
That sucks.
And then the final battle. So Johnny Storm won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So the final battle that we're going to talk about, another choke-related battle, and this one's close to home. PH versus Poe Rich.
Yeah.
Damn.
There we are.
Damn.
It's got a lot of shit talked about it.
Wow.
Just a lot of like
Well,
overall like disapproval.
I like all the extra footage that they put on the beginning, just kind of making it,
Dude.
going into it, you already know what. If you've seen anything,
Yeah.
any
Well,
forum
they did,
ever.
yeah, because they did the pay-per-view of it, so we
Yeah.
all watched the shit live, like
Yeah.
on the UStreams. We all knew what happened, but like the build-up on the YouTube release, they're like, Jujum, they're like interviewing PH, and he looks all fucking like intense. No, homie, you choked. Terrible, worst time ever. And I have to say, if anyone won that battle for real, it was Frank Stacks.
Huh.
Yeah, we were talking
All right.
about that.
Yeah.
This dude, Frank Stacks, writes a fucking diss song about PH. I want to say like a week or 2 weeks before the battle.
Yeah.
Before the battle with Poe Rich.
I would say it was about a week.
Well, I think Frank's song came out like 2 weeks before, like 10 days before, and then PH like a week later released his song, and
Yeah.
that was about a week before the battle.
Yeah.
So you got to think, a week before the battle, PH is writing a song for Frank Stacks and recording it. You know what I'm saying? And then he goes and chokes in a battle. Now you have to think that time that he spent writing a song about Frank Stacks probably would have been better spent writing a battle or memorizing the lines that you wrote for Poe Rich, right?
Yeah. No,
I agree with you.
I mean, how many
definitely agree.
hours does it take to write a song, even if you fucking wrote the verse in a half an hour? And that's if you're the fucking fastest, most confident writer in the world and you're in the studio. You wrote it in a half an hour, and then you recorded it in another hour,
Yeah.
And and then you had to put it up online. Let's say you devoted 3 hours of your life to doing that song, and that makes you the fastest motherfucker in the world. Because I've never devoted 3 hours of my life to a song and had it be ready to put out online
especially
into
as
the
like
world.
a response
Yeah.
to
You know what I'm
somebody
saying?
making fun of
Hell
you.
no.
Yeah, right.
I'm
With-
thinking you
with
put more
rebuttals.
like a
This track's
day
fake
into the motherfucking
idea.
thing. But like, let's say you put like more like 3 hours instead of like the 12 to 18 hours I think you put into it.
All right.
That's still 3 hours you could have spent memorizing those Poe Rich bars, and then you don't fucking choke,
Yeah.
And then you win, right? Because all PH had to do was finish to beat Rich.
Yeah.
Again. And nothing against Rich, but people weren't feeling him in that battle, man.
No.
If you look at the responses in that battle, no one's saying Rich killed it. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There is none of that. It's all PH is an idiot, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he would have won if he didn't choke. You
That
know what I mean?
sucks. There's always like that one thing that people like will just focus on entirely and like
Yeah. Everything else just kind of goes to the back burner.
Cannabis disaster.
I'm technical.
yeah.
People
like,
just forget that Diz
can I
had a
just
great
say, like,
performance.
Yeah.
like I can't think of a single fucking Diz line from that whole shit.
I
outside of the-
can. He had a couple really good schemes. The whole
Putting your dog to
it's like
sleep
putting my
thing.
dog to sleep.
Yeah, I remember
Thing.
that.
That was some serious shit. And of course you're fucking got that sling on. You've always been a shitty shoulder to lean
That was
on.
good.
Oh yeah.
Those two stuck out in my head. And that like I'm watching the battle, and I don't even fucking like that dude. So like, and those
I was
still
just never like
stuck in my head.
I was never like a fan of awkward shit, so I didn't really like watch it as like past the first time.
oh,
you
like
know
as
what I
soon
mean?
as like it gets weird, you're
Yeah,
just like
like,
I'm not fucking.
I didn't
nope.
watch like Family Matters or any shit like that, where it's
or
like
Jerry Springer and
Ben
shit.
Stiller movies, no shit like that.
But,
I just don't like
Like
intentionally
the
awkward.
moment on Maury when they
situations.
say
Because in the year with a rat, you're dead by
father.
the 1973 Grand Marquis in green and black.
That button is retarded.
I like that one.
I don't. That button is retarded.
It goes for way too long.
It's long. It's obscure. It's like Caustic's nose.
It's relevant.
There you
It's
go.
relevant.
So rapmusic.com. Questions for my man Caustic. Who would win in a fist fight between Big T and D Wiggins?
D. Wiggins.
That is the most
Wow.
obscure.
It depends on how much D. Wiggins has had to drink.
Yeah, shit. Because
You guys don't know Wiggins
Yeah.
like we
at
know
some
Wiggins.
point, like Wiggins becomes like Hulk. You
Yeah.
know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
He's like invincible.
He's
Yeah.
been, I've seen him thrown out of the same club like 4 times.
I think
Yeah.
yeah. Wiggins is crazy. I don't know though. Big T is Big T. So
It depends.
here's a line.
Definitely depends.
Here's a question you can't answer.
Oh, that's always fun.
Caustic said he's wrote lines for some of our favorite battlers. Can he reveal a line or two?
I will not reveal.
Hell no. No one would ever do that, dude.
No.
No one will ever
Never.
do that.
That's like
You know what? And this is the thing about like giving people lines. Most people don't like people have a conception like people write each other's battles. Most of the time we kind of feed off of each other.
That's
and if somebody
ridiculous.
has like an idea about somebody, they'll pass that information along to the person that they're battling. And,
Yeah.
and how that thing gets formulated into a bar is 99% of the time that's
Yeah,
all on
yeah.
the
That's
person
the
who
person.
takes the fucking bar.
So if you basically just sit down with your homie and make fun of somebody until something
if we weren't
clicks.
if we weren't recording this and we were battling some of the people that we were talking about, some of the things that we had said would become bars just because we'd be like, oh,
Yeah,
that's right, he
that's
is like
fucking
that,
funny,
huh?
you know what I
And then
mean?
we just start fucking building on it.
Yep.
So it's really sometimes.
yeah, like
But
nobody.
then
like,
sometimes you're like, you have to say this to this motherfucker. You know what I mean? And like,
I never got to use this.
and,
Please use
and
this.
people and like people
like
do that
that
too, but
shit.
it's not like it's really not. It's really how it gets incorporated is really on the battler. And a lot of people, it's a lot less like there's like it's not like Caustic Ghost writes for everybody in the world. You know what I mean? It's like people pass around shit. Caustic is a funny motherfucker though, and in conversation, and you're talking to him, you're probably gonna pick up more stuff to write in a battle than you're gonna pick up when you're talking to fucking another dude. Tony
Looney-
Madness is
Looney
another.
bin.
Tony Madness is another dude. You can talk to Madness and he's gonna say some
yeah,
funny
madness
shit.
always
Yeah.
gets me thinking.
He won't give you bars, but he's gonna give you the making of bars and
Yeah.
what bars turn into. And then at the end of the day, we'll give each other shit like, yeah, it was mine. I
Yeah.
told him.
Like,
I
nah,
thought of
that was mine.
I thought of that one. Yeah, so people always like fucking Diz was all going ham on Twitter, fucking retarded, talking about Soulcon gave me one of the lines that I use for PH, and he definitely told me, he was like, yeah, do this, compare gums to gums. He didn't write the fucking bar, he just said compare gums to gums, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then
Like,
I said
the
Trident,
concept
Juicy.
of it.
Yeah, like I'm the one who actually had to figure out what the gum diseases were and what the gums were and how they were going to fit together in the bar, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just the one that said do this to this. Now, is that giving me that fucking bar? Yes and no at the same time. You know what I mean? So
Well, there we go.
There you go.
Half credit.
Yeah, half credit in this bitch. Shouts to Soulcon for getting half credit on a lot of stuff. Man,
Skyler's so skeptical.
he ruins all of the fun on this show. Okay,
Fuck that.
here's one from Emery509. It seems a lot more popular battlers seem to think Disaster is overrated. Would you agree?
I think at this point they're just pissed off.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
talked shit about everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most of the
The
time,
world.
people just don't like him. A lot of people, when they don't like him, are not able to admit his greatness when it comes to battling.
Yeah.
I personally don't really like him as a person, but he's one of the best, if not the best, battler in the world right
Yeah,
now.
I
So
don't-
that's undeniable.
It's hard to argue with that.
It makes it hard to root for him. It makes it hard to want to say that. Just how his personality is
Yeah, like-
and how he interacts with fucking people, you know, both in person and online. But that being said, I mean, you got to be honest about the situation. Yeah, he's probably one of the best. So I don't like. I agree
not,
with you.
He's not overrated. He definitely. I don't think he's overrated.
Not
I
at
don't
all.
think it's. A
I agree
proper
with you
term.
in that the people who would say he was overrated are just pissed off at him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of like jealousy.
It's
and
real,
shit.
it's real easy to hate it, you know, to hate somebody if they're doing something that people are taking notice to.
Yeah.
If somebody else is getting that shine, you're gonna fucking.
Yeah,
feel better
man.
If you ain't.
It's
Happens to a lot of people.
yeah. Tell me something about cheddar cheese. How do you feel about that?
I feel like
This is from Gustavo Fring.
Fring?
cheddar cheese. He's got like the.
Fring, or is it like TH?
No, it's Gus Fring, like as in Gus Fring from Breaking Bad, which is on tomorrow night. Oh God, I can't fucking wait. Yeah. What do you think, Cheddar, the God?
He's got like the Source Ilmac cosign.
Yeah.
Everybody loves this dude
He's
out
the
in
god,
Calgary.
bro.
I
He's the
definitely
god.
didn't want to battle Cheddar in Calgary. I know that shit.
He'll have a whole bunch of strippers there rooting for him.
It's just hard to look bad when you got strippers fucking cheering for you. It's not cool.
No.
You know what
That
I'm
being
saying?
said, do you have anything like any definitive statement about how you feel about that battle and how it will come out?
I'm not gonna fuck around with you. That's all I can really say.
All right.
I'm not gonna
All
fucking
right.
play with you.
I think that's the
all
best.
I'm still winning.
I think that's the best answer possible. Right
Like, I don't really know Cheddar very well. He was very good at the event that I was at in Calgary. He definitely killed it. He had a great performance. I'm not gonna fucking take him lightly in any sense. I definitely, more than rappers and fucking embarrassing them, I like money much more than all of you.
Yeah.
So that's definitely
So when money's on the line, it gets a little grimier.
when cheese is on the line.
Cheddar gets cut.
That's my first round.
Wow.
I'm sorry, that just came out, dude.
Wow.
I don't know what the fuck. I don't even know. That was like organic, bro. It just happened.
It just happened.
Just
It's
cut the
meant
cheese.
to be.
That's fucked up.
That's amazing. Oh
These are weird
shit.
fucking questions.
Okay, this is where we get into the fuck, marry, kill section of these questions.
All right. Here we go.
And this is from Reflection.
So we really have to
Is
think
this a
about it.
reflection of your?
No, we're
yourself?
gonna get three. We're gonna just run through it real fast and try and be as honest as we possibly can. Fuck, marry, kill. Goddess, Looney Divine, Sarah Connor.
Ugh, that's tough.
Really?
I think.
It's easy for me.
Oh, the obvious. Let's not be obvious.
No, come on. Be obvious. Be natural about it. Just let it come out.
I'd kill Gaddis.
You're gonna kill Gaddis.
I'd kill Gaddis.
Gaddis is getting killed.
Fuck Looney.
You're fucking Looney.
Because that's a one-time thing. You never have to hear her voice again.
Fair enough.
And marry Kana because she's gonna keep you fed, and you know she's gonna have bitches around
Okay.
all the time.
I feel like
You know what I'm
that's not a bad description, and you were very honest about how
Plus,
you put it
Sarah
out there.
Kana gives good hugs. You know what I'm saying? I can.
Really good hugs.
Good
So go on.
hugs.
I don't even.
Skylar's not playing.
I'm not
okay.
even gonna participate in this one.
So
I don't give a fuck.
Skylar G has opted out of playing this game.
I don't like this.
Well, I'm banging out Goddess. I seen her all dolled up one time. Remember at in Miami when she got all dolled up against what's her fuck?
Yeah.
Amy something. Yeah, what's up, Goddess? hey, I know you're lazy, but
I kill Goddess because she's the biggest threat.
yeah,
Overall.
that's also why like I would also try and battle her like during banging, like we'd have a bang battle.
Yeah.
And
Bang
I'd be
battle.
like, we'll see how good your rebuttals are when you're getting long dick. Looney's getting killed because of her voice. And I'm sorry. Like, I would line them both up, and I would be like, all right, Goddess, because your voice is so much sweeter, you can come with me, because this one, it just sounds like Rosie Perez
Helium Perez.
Helium Perez. Like if Rosie Perez was a nail, and then you ran that on a chalkboard. And then Kana, fuck, will you just marry me anyways? I'll see what's up with my wife, and we can get some like
There you
Mormon
go.
sister wives thing going.
Like a live-in situation.
Girl, you know I love you, and you know I've been loving you.
My name is Dan.
Shouts to Sarah. Hey,
And I'm an Aries.
I bet no one thought that we all wanted to marry Sarah Connor.
I can agree. I think I could either one of your guys was fine with
And
me.
either way,
I would have went either way.
And
with it.
either way, Sarah's getting
She
married.
would've
She's
got
the
married.
prize
Yeah.
in this situation, and I feel like that's accurate. That being said, that's the end of the Dirtbag Dan Show, ladies and gentlemen.
That's fair.
Like I
I
said,
don't know what the fuck that shit is.
if y'all didn't know what the fuck that shit is, now you do.
Yeah.
This was episode 4. This was technically our last pre-recorded episode. The next time you will see the Dirtbag Dan Show, episode number 5, we will be live. However, we're taking a 1-week break, and in that week, we're going to create the World Domination Show, and we'll put that shit together for you. And then we'll be letting you know when exactly we're going to be going live, what day of the week it's going to be, what time to tune in, how to contact us, and all that shit. For now, look forward to a week from now seeing the Dirtbag Dan Show's World Domination Extravaganza. We're going to try and talk to as many cats that are competing in this World Domination shit as possible. Caustic, thanks for fucking joining us today. Chia, you the man. We're going to go watch some fucking fights. Strike Force shit tonight. Terribly
Techno Viking.
underpromoted card. You know what I'm talking about. But Skylar G,
I'm technical.
yeah.
Yep.
Always.
Yep, there we go.
How was the
Always
mic?
a pleasure.
Your
Shouts
mic was
to-
much louder than mine.
My mic is going to be good.
I don't talk.
Mic level's good. All right.
Mic's level. Mic
We're
level.
listening, okay? We're listening, and we're taking your constructive criticism. Shouts to Rory Campbell,
Yeah,
Into
boy.
the Killer, as always. This has been the Dirtbag Dan Show. Motherfucker, like.